So for those of you that don't know, I think one of the bigger spoilers for the new Batman movie was the fact that the Joker comes in right toward the end with a little cameo. But after that, Matt Reeves, the director, said that there was this scene with the Joker that was practically cut out because he felt like it didn't need to be in the movie, but it would eventually see the light of day. And I kind of thought, okay, maybe when the Blu-ray comes out it'll be added to the bonus features, but recently Warner Brothers themselves has released the scene onto their YouTube channel, and it's 5 minutes long, and this is where we get the good clean look as Barry Keoghan as the Joker. Now, I have not watched this yet. I wanted to sit here and give my genuine reaction with you guys because I want to, I guess, experience this for the first time with you guys, and I'm very, very interested in seeing what this Joker looks like, because I still don't think he's fully the Joker yet. I think he's still getting there, but from what I've heard, he's still got the makeup and all that stuff. So, yeah, without further ado, I guess we'll just, we'll get it started. It's already starting off like the Riddler interrogation. Same thing too, he's behind the wall. Oh my god, I just want to see his face already. I'm tired of seeing like behind him or just like a shadow.
Present.
He looks interesting. I mean, that's... I mean, I guess Matt Reeves is going for the more realistic approach, so of course this just looks like a guy in makeup, but I mean, he also looks younger than Batman, which usually if you go through other stories, or at least the same age as Batman in this, in the comic interpretation, he's usually older, so this is an interesting Joker already. This is screaming different in some sort of way.
There's a serial killer. I want your perspective. First anniversary.
That's a little weird. He's all burnt up and stuff. That's interesting. You know, it could be from the chemicals. I don't know if that's what Matt Reeves is going for, the whole chemical bath thing, but it seems like he's going with that because, again, those burns on his hands don't look like he just did it. It looked like he fell into a vat of acid, and maybe his face is a little deformed. I don't know. If we can see it clearer, then I think we'll get a better idea. But so far, this just seems to be screaming a lot of like Heath Ledger's Joker, at least from the mannerisms. So it's something we have seen before, but again, I can't really judge for the little that we've seen Barry so far. It's irritating me because I know we're not going to see him very well until the end. It's still just a very blurry picture, so I still can't really tell how I feel about this overall.
Paper. Why makes you think I come so cheap?
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't see that the first time. It looks like some of his hair is also burnt off. This is definitely Joker that fell in acid that we're getting here. Because again, where would those burns come from unless it was like some other freak accident? But yeah, no, seeing the back of his head, a lot of his hair is burnt off. So that's pretty... I've actually never seen this look before. Matt Reeves is like doing a good job at making the villains and all look different from what we're used to seeing. He's, like I said, putting his own more realistic spin on it, and I think that that's going to make this really good eventually.
I thought you'd be curious.
Just from that silhouette, he looks like Heath Ledger. Like, tell me, like, here's the Heath Ledger's Joker, and here is Barry Keoghan right now in this shot, and the similarities are just baffling. But like I said, maybe that's just because we're still seeing Joker really blurry right now as opposed to perfect and more in the light and stuff like that.
You think I could offer this stuff? Don't you? You're pictures.
What's that thing around his neck? Because they gave that to Riddler too. Come to think of it, it might be some sort of like shock collar. But yeah, no, he had the same ring around his neck and they never really explained what that was. But again, I think it might be some sort of like defense mechanism shock collar just in case, you know, they go a little berserk. Anyway, sorry about that. I noticed that, had to point it out, so let's skip back into it.
He's got ambition. You think his motive is political?
Oh, no. This is very, very personal.
Why is he going to the Joker about how the Riddler thinks? Like, okay, maybe it's just because, oh, you know, maybe another insane person would be able to figure this out, but, like, the Riddler and the Joker aren't supposed to know each other personally yet up until the end when you realize that, oh shit, the Riddler's cell is right next to the Joker's and they basically just become buddy-buddy right then and there. So, why was Batman's first instinct to go to the Joker? I'm not sure, but again, there's got to be some sort of plan to this overall.
You're wasting my time.
His hair doesn't even look green either. It looks more blackish, but again, I don't think he's quite the Joker yet. He's kind of there, but not like 100% there. So that's also an interesting look. Black spiky hair. This is like my uncles in the 90s. Sorry, I don't have pictures of my uncles in the 90s. You just gotta take my word for it. They had spiky hair, anywhere from purple to blue. It just... they went all over the place with it.
I think somewhere deep down, you're just terrified. 'Cause he's wrong, huh? You think they deserved it, huh?
Okay, so maybe that wasn't cuts on his lips. I got that wrong in the review. That just looks, again, like from the chemicals that he fell in. I mean, this kind of looks like what Tim Burton's version's going off of, where he fell into the vat of acid, so now his look is kind of like from that. It's not makeup on his face, so that's also pretty cool, because I feel like that's more realistic. If you end up getting acid thrown in your face or something, it's going to deform your face. It's not just going to make you insane and then you put makeup on your face. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, Matt Reeves definitely knows what he's doing here.
You think they deserved it?
Laugh needs a little bit of work, but at least it's better than Jared Leto's. Yeah, that was interesting, because you still see him, but you don't necessarily fully see him. I mean, I guess toward the end when you kind of see his mouth and his, you know, but we're still not fully understanding as to what happened to this guy, why he's like this, and who knows if he'll give the Joker an actual, like, backstory, like a civilian name, or it's just going to be the same thing like with Heath Ledger's Joker, where we don't really know what happened to this guy. He's just kind of insane, crazy, all this, that, and the other. So that was interesting. I was not expecting Warner Brothers to release this anytime soon. Like I said, I thought we would have to wait until the Blu-ray and DVD release, or I thought we were going to have to at least wait until it hit HBO Max, because they tend to put, you know, special feature stuff on there too. But no, I guess from that whole website thing that they've been doing, that's kind of teased cryptic stuff, I guess they were kind of working it toward that, and then eventually they just released the scene, which I think is actually, it's really awesome, you know, because Matt Reeves had to have planned that. Like, he probably talked about it in the interview intentionally, because he knew or had this plan that he was going to release it, you know, sometime after the movie came out, because the movie's been out for, what, 3 weeks now at this point in time, and in about 3 weeks it's going to get on streaming services. So I guess to kind of keep it rolling, to keep the ball rolling on the movie, he was like, this scene has to be released now, so that way people can understand and see my vision with this Joker, and just you know, interpret it for whatever's next for him. And yeah, I thought that was really cool. Even, you know, because Matt Reeves did say that this movie is, you know, mostly more of origin stories for Batman's Rogue Gallery. We saw Catwoman, we saw Riddler, we saw Penguin, and we still are going to see more of him come HBO Max with that series. So, of course, Joker being the big one in that Rogues Gallery, he kind of had to get him in there, incorporate him in there somehow. And really, I would have liked this a lot better. Like, I get it, maybe make people wait till the end to kind of up that anticipation. But I feel like you needed both scenes in there. Like, I feel like having that scene in there, it would have been like, oh, yes, and then the end scene, you would have understood a little bit more as to why the Joker all of a sudden wants to befriend the Riddler and all this kind of stuff, because at the end, you're just kind of very confused. But with this scene, the context is a bit different, so it kind of answers a little bit of questions, but not a lot. So yeah, if you want to see the full thing, because I do have to cut some stuff out because of copyright issues, then I will link the video to Warner Brothers' channel in the description, or I'll just link the video in the description down below so you can go watch the full 5 minutes for yourself. And that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and until then, I will catch you all in the next one.